Welcome to I Love You So Much. My name is Reed Fish. I'm here with my good friend Tyler Labine.
Hello, everybody.
We're two divorced dads getting better. Tyler, we're just coming back from like summer vacation.
I know you have like a crazy tan line on the back of your neck.
Oh, that's well.
Yeah,
I just
you got a haircut.
I recently got a
after you
haircut.
got a tan,
Yeah. It
we know
happens.
how that goes, yeah.
We want to start off with confession. So it's confession time. I think I should go first today.
Absolutely,
because
please do,
I already kind of know what yours is.
Formulating mine anyway.
And Nik Dodani is here. You're gonna have to have a confession.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll go first. So you have to.
We'll set the tone.
We'll set the tone.
Suit, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mine's a little. It's something that's been on my mind, and I want to give a shout out to our show is produced here by Tiny Legends, and they also produce Trash Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And I was very inspired by something Esther and Kalila did on their show, and they were explicitly talking politics. And I feel like, as my confession is that I have not been adequately public with my political beliefs. Mm-hmm. I have voted in every election. I have done what I consider, I'm on the right side, of history here, but I feel like I'm not exactly proud of how I have presented that in the world. Right. And what it has been is I have been scared because I have a business. So Nik, you may not know, I have a business that outside of this podcasting, we're a media company. We work with realtors to produce stuff. And I happen to know a ton of my clients are Trump supporters, right? Mm. And so I'm not going to be putting up a Facebook rant, or I'm not going to do that because I don't want to piss them off. I'm worried about my bottom line, and that's more important than speaking publicly about political stuff. And I'm ashamed of that.
Right.
And I don't know that in that context, I want to change it. I don't know what me ranting on Facebook does anyway, so I don't think it's something I need to do. But I do want to be very explicit and very clear here and say that I'll echo Esther, fuck ICE.
Yeah. We are officially a fuck ICE podcast.
Fuck Trump.
Yeah, fuck Trump.
Fuck RFK Jr. I'd like to put the stabs fucking his eyeball with measles.
Whoa.
Is what I would like to do. And I know this is like maybe for
0 to 100. To
have the co-host of a podcast called I Love You So Much be saying this stuff. But I actually think I don't respect them, and I don't think they're deserving of respect. And so I do want to put love out into the universe, but not to them. And it's because I love everyone else is that I want to them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah. We could change the name of the show to I Love You So Much, except for...
Yeah, exactly. So I just wanted to say that. And now I feel that's off my chest. And
I like that. I appreciate that because we do have a platform. It's not huge by any means.
It's getting huger now with this guy here.
Yeah.
So.
But I can relate to that because I have a decent following on Instagram and Facebook. And I've really made a concerted effort to not be political. And it feels shitty.
Yeah.
It feels really shitty. Like I know I'll look back in years and be like, oh my God, what I could have said. But I do think as well, like you said, like what does that do? What does being political on Instagram or Facebook do other than like showing people like, look, I'm being political, but it can make a difference, if
it can. But I don't like arguing online about politics, right?
No.
It just seems pointless, and it just like gets you all riled up. And so part of it has been like self-care. Yeah. Is like I think about it, but I don't even like talking to my friends who agree with me in real life about politics. I'm like, it's just like too depressing,
a lot, man. It's fucking everywhere. You can't escape it.
And
now you've brought it here.
And we've explicitly said that part of the reason we started the show was a reaction to the election last year. Mm-hmm. We wanted to be an antidote to all that stuff, to all that content that I feel in the kind of the bro sphere of the manosphere of podcasts, is we want to be an antidote to that and come along with us as we learn how to do that. We're not trying to say we're the beacons of shining light in this, but I think we can bring people along with us as we grow and learn and, try to make the world an actual better place.
Fuck yeah. Love it.
I want to just quickly say too, I think there was a moment where it was a little cringe to be in entertainment and be like the Imagine video and shit like that when we were all kind of just like, this feels not genuine and weird. And so that was part of, I think, our thing too, where it's like, what the fuck do we know? We're in entertainment, don't listen to us. And also you're listening to other podcasters who are right wing, but then it's just like, it's not authentic. So good for
and
you.
I think often a lot of actors get told, shut the fuck up. Just act. I don't want to hear this from you. And anytime I put anything political online, people are like, dude, go back to your day job or don't quit your day. They're like, it's just like you're not allowed to have beliefs. You're just there as a puppet for people. And I think
Right.
that's pretty true for most people. Like, shut up, man. You're ruining it. But that doesn't mean that
You don't tell
everybody feels that
right,
way.
But you don't tell someone who has a different job and they don't want to talk politics. You're not like, shut up. You know,
you don't have a right to have an opinion on this because you A, B, and C.
Yeah.
I know, it pisses me off, and it's time to just say fuck it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, good confession.
Thanks, man.
I'm going to switch gears a little bit. Not political, but definitely something that I have kind of been. I'm not going to confess what you think I am. We're going to talk about that later. I just came back from vacation. I went on summer vacation. I was gone for like 3 weeks. But this is more about sort of a theme throughout my whole life. Whenever I'm returning to my quote unquote normal life, my regular life. Or let's say I've been shooting on location for 16 weeks in South Africa, and then I go back to my family full of anxiety. Like I have excitement. I'm going to see my kids. But underneath it all is this like deep anxiety. And I've always tortured myself about it. Like, why do I feel this anxiety? I should just be like elated. I'm going back to my family. I'm going back to see my kids, my partner. But there's always this like fear, this like anxiety that just sits in this pit of my stomach. And yes, I have clinical anxiety and it's there all the time anyway, but this is like a whole nother level. And I used to beat the fucking shit out of myself about that, feeling like I was doing something wrong, or that I didn't love my family the way I was supposed to, or worried that they don't love me. And it's been this thing that I've kind of sat on forever. And I just had it coming back after being away for 2 days from my family. I went to a different part of our vacation alone. That sounds weird. I went to Vancouver for my friend's wedding, and they came back to LA. And I was like, bye, I'll see you in 2 days. And then even coming back yesterday, I was like, I felt anxious. Like I was going to see my partner, Martha. I was going to see my kids. And I guess that's my confession, is like, I don't really know what that is, this like weird anxiety about, and I've kind of labeled it like I struggle with transitions, like going from like one mode to another.
Like a kid.
What's that?
That's like a kid.
Yeah, and I think
that's the hardest part about
I get
parenting
physically disrupted. Like I'm going back to a thing that should feel totally safe and familiar to me, but every time it feels like this potential catastrophe in front of me. Like I'm going to go home and something horrible is going to happen. But then I get home usually and everything's fine, and but I do have like an hour or two where I feel really awkward, and I'm like, I'm not sure how to behave, or like I'm on the plane, we're about to land, and I get filled with dread, and I'm like. And then I beat myself up about that. And I just wanted to confess that, and was curious if anybody else ever feels that way. Like if you get this transitional anxiety.
Coming home, I just was on vacation too. And I didn't feel it at all.
Thanks, Reed.
Yeah, no, I'm healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is part of the fear too. I figured everyone in the room right now is going like, well,
yeah.
No, I feel like that's normal.
Yeah.
I feel like the transitional anxiety. Plus, I feel like for me, sometimes it's often like the hangover of whatever you were doing, whether it's work or fun or whatever, and the jarring nature of just going back to real life.
Yeah.
You ever talk to your kids about this feeling? How old are they now?
I have. They're old now. They're 14. Well, they're not old. They're 14, 11, and 8. They're all grown up. They all moved out, actually. Actually, you just reminded me of something. I think maybe this may have something to do with the anxiety. When my daughter was 4, I came home. I was living in New York shooting my show Deadbeat, and they picked me up at the airport, and I scooped my daughter up, and she was like recoiled, and she was like, I kind of feel like I don't know who you are. And I was like, oh, like my heart just imploded. And I was like, but I had to talk to her. I was like, that's okay. Like, I understand that I'm sort of transient. I'm like in and out of your life, but I'm your daddy. And she's like, I know you're my dad, but like, I feel like I don't know you. And I was like, oh my God. I hadn't thought about that in a long time, but I think that could have something to do with it. This, like, especially in our line of work, you go away for a long time. You build like relationships with this group of people that are kind of unshakable in the moment. Hopefully, ideally, you build like a little family, and then you go back to the real world, and it's a little bit like, oh right, that was the transient part of my life. That was the impermanent part, and this is what should be real. Right. And sometimes I can feel like a pressure translates as pressure, maybe a little bit. To like not have enjoyed that as much as I did.
This is why I don't want kids.
Yeah.
You don't? I thought you did want kids.
No.
I remember having a conversation with you.
I was like, 7, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
That conversation, things changed.
Things changed. Yeah.
I also have so much anxiety, and I feel like having kids would ruin me.
It's hard. Yeah.
It would absolutely destroy
I have
me.
anxiety and ADHD, and children are just like,
Too much.
man.
Yeah.
But so Nick, you have a confession for us?
Oh man.
It can be anything you feel like.
So
getting
it doesn't
off
have to
your
be an
chest.
emotional confession.
It can be anything. You can be like, oh man, I made an illegal turn on the way here.
or whatever. Yeah. Oh. No, I didn't. That's why I was late.
Yeah.
Sorry. I recently learned how to use guns.
Oh. Okay, elaborate on that. Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah, haven't talked about
that.
Well,
my political stance on guns is...
fuck guns.
Yeah, some friends took me to the shooting range outside of LA. They brought 4 firearms and taught me how to shoot.
What'd you fire? What'd you shoot?
A couple pistols, a rifle, and an AR-15.
What?
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
Probably the 44 pistol.
Yeah.
I can't believe I even know what that is.
I don't know.
To be totally
honest. Is that 44
caliber? Yeah.
It's a pretty big caliber.
Yeah,
right?
it's like, heavier than, lower than 44.
Right.
Yeah, I was, one, really concerned at how easy it is. It really feels like a video game. Like, it's a little concerning.
Yeah.
And then I was even more concerned how good I was at it.
Well, it's the video game
headshot.
No, truly.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
Wow.
And it was alarming. Again, I don't support the proliferation of guns in this country.
Yeah. We can.
But it does sometimes feel like we lost that battle. There's more guns than people.
Yeah.
Right.
Like we've tried for the past 30 years, my entire life, to like not get to this point.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I feel like now's the time to
you
learn and know how to use
join
them.
them. Yeah, I mean,
but do you get it now a little more? Like, did you have fun shooting the gun?
Yeah, I get it. I don't want to own an AR-15 though. Like, I still think like that's weird.
Yeah, I don't think they're. Yeah, personally, you just don't need to have that.
I don't know. I feel like, listen, if it really was a way for people to have it in a purely fun way, where you're just like at a range or shooting
just
targets. Yeah, but like. Obviously, the fact that it becomes,
a killing machine,
right?
That's like the next step, right? It's like, well, I've shot targets now. I'm gonna
I mean, I
figure out what else I can do with my
grew
gun.
up around guns. I mean, it was a small town, and in fact, I was just remembering because I was just back home. My granddad, when I was I think in high school, would take me out, and he had a buddy who had this land, and there were like squirrels and gophers just like digging holes and stuff, and so we would go out with a shotgun, and we would drive in his truck. We wouldn't get out of the cab.
Firing shotguns out of a moving truck?
Well, he would slow it down.
Right?
Yeah. or stop it. Or stop it. Yeah. But I'm like, no wonder I'm hard of hearing.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're firing a shotgun in the cab of his truck.
Man.
So,
At the little gophers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think I ever hit one.
No, I don't agree. I'm just trying to.
You're trying it
relate. I'm trying to see if I can do it.
Yeah. And now, of course, I'm appalled at that. And it just like it was not like, and not because it's shooting, but it was like it wasn't shooting for food. It was like trying to anyway.
So I grew up Canadian.
Oh right.
Yeah. So like guns are literally just for hunting. That's it. Like people don't own a lot of handguns. Like people have like elephant rifles and shit in Canada. They go shoot buck, but you don't see them. They're all locked away, and everyone. And then I moved here when I was 19, and I remember one of these guys that was working on a show I was on was like, yeah, I have like 11 guns. He's like, I keep like a shotgun under my bed and like a pistol under my pillow, and it's LA. And I was like, holy fuck, man, that seems excessive. But then the longer I've lived in the States, the more I realize like a lot of people just, people you don't expect will be like, yeah, I have a gun in a safe, or I have a gun in my house.
My dad's super progressive, like whatever. He has like 20 guns, but they're all in a gun safe.
Yeah.
And they're like rifles. Yeah. But he's not even a hunter. But my granddad had like a gun rack in the back of his truck. So,
Oh my God.
I've been surprised to learn how many of my friends have guns.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
and they're like a bunch of like, queer people of color too.
Right.
And it's like, oh, it's kind of hot.
Just wanted one. Yeah.
But also shocking because I really thought that I was in like a lefty Hollywood bubble.
Yeah.
And like no one owns guns and no
That's
one's
what I'm
going to
saying.
judge
Like
it.
1 out of 3 of my friends is like, yeah, I have a gun.
Yeah.
Like, holy
so
shit.
how do you want to get one?
I don't know. I just want to know how to use it just in case.
Yeah. Right.
It feels like we're in that space.
I had shot a lot of guns in movies before. Which
I did that once.
Interesting. I've fired like crazy machine guns, like a Gatling gun. But then a friend of mine recently took me to a range. I wonder if it's the same one you went to, outside LA. And
in San Bernardino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, we're gonna shoot shotguns, like a variety of shotguns. Like one was like a sawed off, one was a 12 gauge. And he was like, we're just gonna go, and he pulled out like 3 different shotguns, and then we just shot targets, which is the easiest fucking thing in the world to shoot a shotgun at a target. It just obliterates the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was fun. Like I have it on slow-mo video. It's like this, the bullet flame. Like it's an event. Actually, the first time I ever fired a real gun, I went to a firing range in Northridge with my friend Mike. And the dude, you have to take this little like course in the beginning, this little like video tutorial. And the guy was like, all right, we're done with that now. And he's like, now, look, people tell you not to drink when you're firing guns, but I like to have 1 or 2 beers because it steadies me up. It steadies up your hand. And I was like, I don't want to be here, man.
I know about that. Yeah, don't like that.
Yeah. So that was my impression of gun toting people at that point. But that's a good confession, man.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on sharing that ever.
Well,
but hey,
immortalized.
You turn the lights on in here, man, and people just talk.
They say shit.
At least not that many people watch this, so you know.
It's really a shame. Well, thank you. That was a good confession.
Yeah.
So, look, we didn't totally introduce you, but this is my friend Nick. We met doing a movie called Escape Room, 2017.
Shot in 2017.
Yeah, in South Africa for a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah, you died first, and then you just stayed there.
Yeah, because they didn't want to shoot my actual death scene until the literal last day in case I actually got injured while shooting it. And so they wanted to get the rest of the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, if they had a horrible accident, they waited till the literal last day.
But was that dangerous, your death scene?
I was drowning, and they like had me drowning.
Yeah. Actually, your death scene was intense.
It was fun.
Shooting it was fucking intense. I don't know if you remember, but I broke my
I know
knuckle.
you like split your hand open.
I split my hand
something.
open and I fractured my knuckle. Like
you fractured it?
Yeah, just like
oh, shit.
Yeah, my pinky knuckle. Because in the scene he's like under thick ice, and I decided to punch the ice because I was so upset.
But the ice was actually just wood.
It was wood and like
splintered.
plexiglass.
Yeah.
You're not breaking that, and I broke my.
Wow.
It broke me.
I didn't realize you fractured it.
I fractured my pinky knuckle.
All because you were trying to save him?
Yeah, because I was so upset, even though we just met each other that day.
He was committed.
Yeah. But yeah, we did that, and then I stayed in touch ever since, like intermittently.
Do people come up to you about that movie a lot?
Yeah,
a lot, right?
Yeah. People like that movie, man.
I'm not surprised people like it.
No.
But kind of surprised at like how much it's stuck around.
Yeah, I mean they made a sequel. Did you watch it? Logan invited me to the sequel in New York, and
I did not watch it. Is it good?
No.
Oh.
Really bad. Sorry, but it is. It's terrible. It just they took everything that we did that was surprising and then tried to emulate it and recreate it, and it just didn't. It didn't work. Anyway,
hard to go back to the well.
Do you know it's coming to Netflix like next week?
Is it really?
Yeah, I just found that out.
Yeah, check
All
it
right,
out.
okay, I'll watch it.
It's actually a good movie. Like,
it is. It's fun.
It's tense. It's fun. It's
funny. There's some,
the sets are cool. Yeah, there's
great cast.
I'll watch it. Yeah. Fantastic.
I was just thinking about the ways we've kept in touch. Though it's pretty funny. Like I Marco Polo'd you for a while.
Oh,
Until you informed me that that's not how people use Marco Polo.
How are you using it?
Well, I was just like talking to you, but you were like,
you were just like, having a conversation.
You were like, I think unless
right. You were just like
naked Marco Polos or like
right.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was early pandemic.
Yeah. It was,
oh boy,
it was really relying on technology.
Block that out.
And then I invited you to do a hockey game.
Oh yeah,
we went to a hockey game in New York together.
I love that.
Yeah, and then we talked about Harry Potter for a while. Like, I know you're a big Harry Potter fan, nerd. I can call you a Harry Potter.
I mean, reluctantly now.
Yeah,
it's complicated.
It's a little tough.
I actually just got a Harry Potter tattoo covered up a few days ago. It's another confession.
Wow. What a fucking bummer, right? Like a thing that brought you that much joy, and then it just like ripped a part of it away. Yeah, fuck
I should
her
have
big
added
time.
her in that beginning thing.
Oh yeah, RFK, fuck J.K. Rowling. You know what's crazy though?
I hate her so much.
That video game, the Hogwarts Legacy, I don't know if you played it or not, is full of trans representation,
there's
gay
a trans
representation.
character, and
there's like 3.
Oh shit!
In the video game, yeah, and they never like make any point of like it's just there. So I think the developers kind of did that as a little bit of a.
Good.
We got the rights. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We can do whatever we want, and it's like
sucks.
My kids were like, "Oh, that's so cool." So yeah, fuck
just
her.
Just pointless, the level of cruelty.
And she kept doubling down. She keeps doubling down.
Like, and the game that's tattoo cover, it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, let me see Let's see the cover up. That's nice, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
May I ask what it was?
It was the footsteps from the Marauders map. I got it many years ago.
A couple things I want to get out of the way, and then we'll get to what I really want to talk to you about. But I didn't know. I looked up some stuff. You were studying politics in college before you became a stand-up or an actor. Which one did you go to first?
Acting was first. Acting was first, but then, like, I started when I was a kid. Thankfully, did not find any success because that would have been a nightmare for me and my mother. But then, studied politics in college, and really, I quit all the acting, all the entertainment stuff. Was convinced I was just going to be like an activist, and I was truly like a caricature of what people think a liberal arts student is. That didn't sustain itself very long because I grew up a little bit. And I got back into acting.
Yeah.
And then did stand up.
But then you brought activism into your acting realm, right? Like with was it the Trump Laughter Trumps Hate, right?
Yeah.
2016, that was like a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. So back then I was very much still feeling optimistic about the world.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Foolish.
Yeah, I remember like 2015.
Child.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Before the escalator ride, like it was just, and then we really thought it was a joke, and like there's no way, and like Hillary.
Yeah.
Woo,
Yeah.
Well, even the day before, I was like,
we're with her. Let's go.
My youngest was born the day Trump was elected. I was like, there's no way this is happening on this day, and then
I'm so sorry.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really lame.
Yeah, and so I was like, I was working with MoveOn.org, which is this big political group, and I pitched them an idea where we do a political stand-up tour, and we call it Laughter Trumps Hate, and we just got all these like diverse comedians talking politics, and it's a funny time. We got this clown running for office, and they spent a lot of money on that, and as soon as the election happened, they were like, we're letting you go. We don't have the resources to do comedy right now. We're trying to figure out how to fucking respond to this in a right way.
With like an effective
because the comedy, it really was like a nice to have. It was like, well, we're gonna win anyway, might as well pay for some stand-up and pay some people to do comedy. It didn't work, obviously.
Man, well, but maybe comedy though is the thing. Maron's been talking about it a lot as he's been out on this press tour lately, and then obviously, even in the last couple of weeks, when Gavin Newsom has changed his the strategy on his Twitter account, it's like it's legit funny. And it's like that actually is so much more lacerating than all these, earnest Facebook posts. So in retrospect, I feel like if it had just been actual biting comedy from the very beginning, maybe we could have mitigated some of this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of science behind the fact that humor is the thing that cuts through and gets you to where you want to go, right? Like, especially in the social media world today, like everything funny is like reigns supreme. All the likes and clicks.
I think in normal times, it just feels like that was the beginning of really realizing this shit is not normal.
It's not fucking, and it's real.
Yeah, it's just fascism.
Oh man, you really took me back to that. What a feeling.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't want to get into that, man.
Anyway, politics, whatever the fuck. I mean, it's all fucking depressing and bleak. Like, yes, we should be talking about it.
Yeah.
I do think there's value, by the way, when you were saying, like, I get why you feel ashamed. You should, but
no, I'm
kidding.
No, you're not kidding.
No, listen, like we all have to make our own kind of calculations, but I really do feel like it's definitely better late than never, especially right now. So like, don't sit with that shame too much.
I mean, because
you reached your tipping point, right? Which you have to hit.
And I don't feel. I do feel bad about it, but I also know it was like I was still doing the things that I thought were important.
Yeah.
I was still voting. I was still giving. I was still,
And that does count. That does matter.
Absolutely. It was more about being public about it. And so
No, listen, there's consequences for that kind of shit, and we all live in capitalism. And
absolutely.
Unless you're fucking
not
loaded,
right,
you don't really have as much freedom, and so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But fuck you,
Yeah.
Talking about butt fucking. So one of the things that I've seen recently. This is my segue. I don't want to talk about.
What have you seen?
Well, you have a fairly viral clip of you on a subway.
Subway
talking about how every straight man should try butt stuff
twice,
at least twice.
Yeah. Do you agree?
Yes. So that my other confession was that I'm super into butt stuff.
Have
been
been
for a long time,
Yeah.
and I'm actually saying this publicly for the first time. Not that this is a thing you talk about a lot, but like I like being pegged. I have been for a long time, and I held that in such deep shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to. I think that was a very poignant point. The joy and the feeling, this physical sensations, and you said if every man tried it twice, the world would be a better place because they'd be having better orgasms. I just think it's true. I think it's true.
So. A lot of people in the comments to that were like, we don't need to worry about men's orgasms. And I'm like, fair.
Right. Traditionally.
But also a lot of really miserable men are fucking things up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like we're the cause of a lot of problems. So
yeah.
Right.
And if you would just put things up your butt once in a while.
Hey, maybe you might get like a butt plug sponsorship out of this.
We should see if we could do that. That would be awesome, actually. Yeah. I'm not really, I'm not really a butt plug kind of guy. So the other part of my butt stuff confession is that it isn't a confession anymore. That felt really good. By the way,
I was saying.
I'm glad you shared it.
And the reason, here's the reason why I wanted to say it is I really agree, very strongly agree with what you said. That I think not only is it better orgasms, but I think a lot of people carry around a fear and a shame around admitting that they might like that, or so ashamed that they might like it that they won't even try it ever. Obviously, that's the big thing.
Yeah,
right?
and people thinking that it's gay, it's like,
yeah.
If you're not gay, it's not gay. If you're gay and you think it's gay, then you're probably gay. But that's a different conversation.
Yeah. I think that if everybody could get over that fear, and a lot of straight men could just get comfortable with putting things in their butt.
What do you have to say about this?
So I have not done the butt stuff. Like a little, maybe a finger here or there or whatever. And so I do want to ask.
A little, maybe a finger here or there? It was so non-committal.
Well, but it's non-committal. It's like, because it feels like it's never been enough to be like, yes, I've experienced this.
Yeah.
And so my question for Nick is, you say at least twice. And so now is it my butt or someone else's butt?
Your butt.
Okay, my butt. Okay.
I mean, it could also be.
Okay, yeah.
It could be an situation.
Okay, yeah.
Yours
but you were
and.
talking primarily my own butt.
Yeah, you got to experience it. And then the reason I said twice is because the first time can sometimes be a little awkward, painful. You don't know what you're doing. You kind of, maybe it's like processing the shame.
Yeah.
Well, and so
also finding what works for you.
Yeah, because every hole is special.
Yeah.
Do you talk about this with other straight male friends?
I have a few times, and it's actually pretty remarkable how many men are like, "Oh yeah, me too."
That's great.
You know what I mean? But there's also a lot of men who are like, "Oh, I don't. What the fuck? That's not me. I don't want to talk about that."
Yeah, those ones are probably a little.
Yeah, see, that's the
Secretly.
thing. This is what I'm talking about, the fear and the world being a better place. That's such a huge conversation. But the fear, what is this fear? What is the fear right now in America? What is the fear about, what's the transphobia, the homophobia? It's like, you're fucking afraid that you're gay. It's got to be that, or the fear of liking something that you think might make you gay. That's what I'm saying. You got to lose all those shame pieces and just admit that you like what you like, and then just follow your dreams.
And then if it does make you gay,
then be gay.
Then you're going to hell, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you put something in your butt,
I think you go to hell if you put things in your butt
not.
anyway. Yeah.
Listen, we're all going to hell.
Yeah.
For so many reasons.
Yeah.
I
think we're there.
Yeah, this might just be it.
Yeah. It is remarkable to me how many men, my straight friends, have had almost the exact same journey. Yeah, with just being like, I just had to sort of figure some shit out, and now I lead this much better life, and I'm free of a lot of my fears, and
Well, so you consider yourself bi-curious? I think we're breaking a lot of news.
I thought
here.
maybe I was bisexual for a while, and sort of came out to my ex-wife and my family, and was I made a big thing out of it, and then it was weird. It was when I put it in the world, it just didn't feel honest.
Didn't feel right.
It didn't feel true anymore. And I kept trying. I was like, no, that's just a transition. It's a weird thing to. I've spent so much time in my life not saying it.
It just got bigger and bigger. Yeah.
Well, did you have sexual experiences with men?
No, that's the other thing is I've never really wanted to go that far. I've had, how there are things in fantasy that are really fun to think about, but in reality, you get to that place and you're like, no, that's not actually what I'm into. And then again, I pushed it. I pushed all the boundaries I could with being doubling down on being bi, and it just never felt honest. So I had to just pull it back and be like, okay, so what is actually happening here? And I talked to my therapist, and I just think I think I really like the idea that there's no label for what I am. I like the idea of being I can like whatever the fuck I want to like, and I don't have to put a bisexual label on it or hetero or gay or whatever, because I've spent so much time thinking about what am I?
So do you identify as queer?
Yeah, queer, gay, queer. I don't know.
Queer gay?
No, I do know. Gay,
queer.
Yeah. Well, and I think you've been quoted as being what did you say? You were openly gay as they come. This is a long time ago.
That does sound like me.
You've been quoted, Nick, as saying
I've been quoted.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I was kind of out since I ever realized I wasn't straight.
Yeah.
I had a brief bi phase.
Yeah.
Not to say phase, but I thought I was bi, and then gay, and then queer, and then gay, and then now it's both. I don't know.
Yeah, that's sort of where I think we need to get to is I understand the need for everyone to feel seen, and this, especially this critical junction, and to feel sort of like you belong. And there are labels for everything, and I think they have a place. But I think the goal eventually would be that we just ditch all the labels, right? Like everyone just kind of go, oh, I don't really care.
Yeah, if a label works for you, great. And if it doesn't, great. Like it's just we should all have rights.
Yeah,
like,
Hey, there you go.
At the end of the day, like just don't shoot us.
Yeah, just don't shoot us. Don't persecute.
Like let us go to the doctor. My God.
Well, but I think I see it in our kids' generation.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're going to get to high school, or they're already the ones that are in high school, and it's like it's a free for all. There, man. It's like it's all accepted. It's all like I think there's just so little shame about it, because I think we've been having more of these kind of conversations. We can have more of these conversations with our kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's come up in my family just about labels and how to, we've known non-binary kids. We've known, so it's like, it's just there.
Yeah.
And it's just it's fine. It's all fine. And so I think
it's true to a degree. Like I have a non-binary child. My middle child has they them pronouns, and made a big announcement at the school, and it was like this. It was a really cool moment. But everybody still has some shit to say.
Of course.
There's always some like, oh, totally, I support, but so I don't think we're out of the woods. You know what I mean? Like there's still
definitely not on like gender.
No, not on gender for sure. And
or anything anymore. I feel like
it's all
we were doing so well.
Yeah.
And then
So my 11-year-old, my non-binary child, told me that it's like cool again to like make gay jokes, and to say the F word.
Okay, I'll stop.
No. And I'm like, I don't. But it's also in the sphere of this whole, like they go to a very kind of bubble school in Ojai where everything is accepted. And these are kids that are being taught social emotional growth over everything else. Mm-hmm. And it's still seeping its way into there. So that just a reminder that like it's not, everything is not all accepted and good.
And it's used in a derogatory way?
Yeah, but I think it's almost in a way now where it's like, hey, this is cool. It's safe now. We can say this again because it's like the heat's gone. Like it's not really offensive because
I do feel like there's a power there. I mean,
and I think that's in a very young way. Like these are 11-year-olds, right, who are like fucking with each other on the playground, and there are these kind of like terms that are coming out. My 11-year-old was like, I think it's kind of bad, but it's also like everyone's doing it, and it's like it feels like it's really not. This doesn't mean the same thing anymore. And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's just
wild.
If that's just like the hatred coming back around in a very covert way, or if it really is sort of like busting the doors down or something. I don't know. It feels wrong. It feels like I'm like, well, don't you join in those jokes? That's not cool. Which they don't want to anyway. But yeah.
I was thinking the other day about things I love, and one of the things I love more than anything is coupon codes. We have an amazing one. It's ILYSM 15, but let's kind of pitch the product first before we pitch the code. And you were just caressing your beard.
I do. I often caress my own facial fur, and it is routinely this texture, this lovely smelling, and also gets softer and softer the more I condition it with beard butter and beard balm and oil. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it smells so good.
It does.
And that's because you use products from the Bearded Brotherhood.
Sure do. Have for years now.
Your beard is always looking so good on the show. People at home can't smell it, but I mean, it's not like you wafting waves over here.
No.
I can't smell it here, but if you nuzzle in close, you get a whiff, and it smells really, really good.
Come give me a hug. If you see me on the street, come give me a hug. You'll find out yourself.
You'll get it. So if you want to get in on this action, you can go to beardedbrotherhood.co and you can use the code ILYSM15 for 15% off your order. And guess what? You can use that code over and over again. This is not just a first time offer. So you get, once you run out of the beard oil, because you're going to use it every day.
Pull that lever.
Or I don't know, use it every day. But you are going to be able to go in again and again and get 15% off your order. So check it out, beardedbrotherhood.co. Hey, are you a love bug? Are you loving this show? Because if you are, you might want to check out our Patreon. And we have I think we kind of named them Love Bugs now.
We do. I think Love Bugs stuck.
Yeah, so that's what I call them now internally. It's like, it's great. So we're having a good time in Patreon. We're interacting with people. People can see ad-free episodes of the show. You got my playlist going. We got behind the scenes vlogs.
Road confessions. Confessions anywhere. On the spot confessions, elevator confessions, wherever I am. Bathroom confessions.
Exactly. And I think we just lined up that Q&A, and I think that's great. You know what? The ad-free episodes. So if you don't like ads like this one, then you don't want to listen to this kind of ad.
If you hate this.
Yeah. And, be like our bud, Jonathan Newman. Let's be honest. He's our first, $100 level sponsor. So he's going to get a shout out on every episode.
Yeah.
If you want to be like that, if you want to, show your support for us, we're so appreciative. We really couldn't do this, honestly, without our patrons. And so we want to give back to you all because you are giving us so much. And so we appreciate it. It's patreon.com, ILYSM pod. ILYSM pod. I know, it's on the screen.
It is hard to say. We love you so much. I wanted to ask you that question about like the influence you have especially in the queer community. I feel like, am I wrong in saying you're a bit of like a icon? Becoming a little bit iconic? I
think you're wrong, yeah.
You think? I feel like you're a real sort of like visible spokesperson for especially young gay people of color.
That's sweet.
Do you think I'm wrong?
I don't know.
Maybe icons don't know when they're iconic until...
Yeah. No, and it's not even me being like faux humble or anything. I just genuinely like don't really understand the grasp of how people see me. Social media just feels so difficult to really understand in any real way. And like, I just feel like if I was a gay icon, I'd be a lot richer.
Yeah.
And I don't have the money to support an icon lifestyle. And I feel like until then, like, I don't know. This is I'm actually kind of surprised at how uncomfortable I'm getting in this conversation.
Well, I can see it, but it doesn't mean I want to change the subject.
Sure. No, I'm not trying to change the subject either.
Yeah.
Like I see you because how we got to know each other.
Yeah.
And how outspoken you are about everything, about who you are. I mean, just everything, not just the fact that you're gay, but like your whole persona is very like, this is me, man. Your stand-up, everything. And then to see it translated in social media in a way that I know young people are watching and feeling empowered by the way you're so bold about who you are in all regards, again, not just that you're gay. I just feel like that's the stuff of iconography. But I just feel like you've owned it a bit. Like your following is like pretty fierce and like it's large and people I think look to you. But to come out here publicly and say like that's influence. That you've influenced me. And I'm of an older generation. So I don't know. I feel like it's hard for me to believe that there's not some sort of movement there that you have grasped and have been a part of on social media.
I think like, I don't know, if I think about it, it stresses me out and I get really anxious.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah. And so I think I genuinely like compartmentalize and like put it in a box and don't really think about it.
Yeah.
Also because like the people that I spend my days with, like my friends and family and my partner, they don't give a fuck.
Right.
It's like, and they're to them, it's like, good for you. Like, what do you want to eat for dinner? Like, it's like, which I love. Like, and I love the
That's how it should be. Yeah, you don't want
I don't want to
inner
like
circle being like, talking to you,
gassing me up all the time.
Yeah.
And in fact, my partner loves to like
humble you.
Yeah. I almost said bring me down. But I'm like, that's not right. To humble me, and my family loves to humble me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not denying it.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I think I have like well articulated thoughts on. Like it means a lot when people come up to me or send me messages that are like, I'm like a young gay person and this meant a lot to me.
Yeah, you've given me some sort of paved a way a little bit and like,
It's just so funny to me because I'm like, representation is important, but I never thought like, let's just say like if there's like a gay Indian kid in like some suburb in Ohio, I'm like, don't look up to me.
Right.
Like,
you never wanted this responsibility. I think that's what is so special though. When it is something special, is like you're not hanging your hat on one thing. You're just being you authentically.
But why would you say don't look up to me? I mean, what to that kid?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a self-esteem issue.
It certainly appears to be that way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've accomplished a lot too. Like your professional life is like admirable. I mean, you've done so many things. Also, didn't you just like win a bunch of awards for your directorial debut?
Yeah, for my first short
Blue
film.
Boy, right? Blue Baby.
Yeah, Blue Boy.
Blue Boy, Blue Baby.
Blue Baby.
Blue Baby. That's a sequel. Blue Boy. Yeah, you went all over the circuit with that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Thank you, man.
How'd that come to be? And I don't know your partner, Joey. What's his name?
Joey Long is my creative partner.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Your creative partner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And your company, Cosmic Pomegranate. Right?
Yeah, Cosmic Pomegranate.
Yeah. Give us a little history, a little rundown of that, and then getting to the place with the film.
Well, I started writing in the stand-up world, and that was like my first foray into doing anything that wasn't just acting. And I loved it. And it was actually shortly after we shot escape room, I came across this book.
Coming to Netflix next week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we get paid for that?
Fuck no. No. Yeah. I know, right? Just another thing we don't get paid for.
Anyway, came across this book called Blue Boy. It was this novel written in 2009 by this author named Rakesh Satyal. It's about this 12-year-old Indian kid who thinks he's the reincarnation of the Hindu god Krishna, but actually he's just gay. And really sweet coming of age, very quirky, oddball kind of comedy. And I came across it on a podcast. And I was like, how have I never heard of this book? It's been out for like almost 10 years. And there aren't that, at the time, there weren't that many books about like queer Indian American stories. So I bought it, I read it, I loved it. I DM'd the author on Instagram and I was like, hey, do you want to like talk about making this to a movie? I had never written a script in my life at that point. I was just like shooting my shot.
Yeah.
And we met and it was great and it worked. Like he was down and I wrote the script. It was my first time writing anything long form. Like I'd written sketches. And, small little things and stand up, of course. And that was kind of my foray into writing. I think those early drafts were absolute trash, but
they say that's what you have to do though, right?
Yeah,
you have to write a bunch of
that.
shitty drafts.
You have to. You have to. But then I worked on that for a bit and then tried to get it made and it wasn't really working and I kind of put it away and did some other writing projects. But it's one of those projects where I'm like, I'm going to be working on it for however long it takes to get made. And so a couple years back, I was fortunate enough to like raise some money to do a short film and to direct it myself. And that went really well and it was really fun and like the hardest thing I've ever done in a good way. And we took it on the festival circuit. We have like
Did you act in it too? Or
I didn't act in it.
You hired a younger guy?
Yeah. Well, the character is 12.
Yeah. Maybe you could play 12.
I mean,
that was a joke. It just wasn't funny.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm still working on the humor part of the podcast. Yeah.
Gotcha. No, I don't think I could direct myself acting.
I thought about that recently.
I don't know.
Someone was watching Argo on the plane next to me. I was like, right, Ben Affleck, who's good in that movie, directed himself. I don't know how you would do that. Like,
it just seems so difficult because both of those jobs require like 100% of you.
Yeah.
And like I feel like directing is like 200% of you.
Yeah, no shit. He was doing a scene. I was watching a scene where he's like, he wakes up and he answers the phone, which we've all done that scene where you like, have to pretend you're asleep and get up and grog and answer the phone. Right when they cut to the next shot, I was like, right after that, he had to go, okay, cut. And then he had to be like, in his own mind, like, was that the performance I wanted from myself? Will that work in the movie? Yeah, good. Let's move on. Like, I don't think I would ever move on from any shot if I was directing myself. I was like, I got to do it again.
Got to do it again and again and again. You never make the movie. Yeah, I mad respect for director actors that can do that.
Yeah.
But I also like not acting when I'm directing because I can just like be a slob kind of.
Yeah, right.
Not a slob.
Show up.
I'm a very professional director.
Right. Show up in whatever.
It's just a different part of the brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did the festival circuit with that, and now we're developing into a feature with some really cool producers.
Right on,
which
man.
I'm really excited about. Started
that's all under the umbrella of Cosmic Pomegranate.
Yeah. So during that time, like this was like the project that kind of started it. But then Joey Long, my creative partner, and I started. We did stand up together. We used to produce shows, and we're roommates at one point, and we're writing sketches around the same time that turned into a show that we pitched and set up at a studio. And the show didn't get made, but it was really fun and lovely. And we discovered that we collaborate really well together, and so we decided to keep doing that. And over the years, we've tried and failed many a thing.
Necessary.
Necessary. It's growth. It's character building. But now we have this company. We just hired our first COO. We have a little fellow who's like our intern who's helping out, and we have a slate of like film, TV, theater, and digital stuff, which is newest to it. We'll see if it works out. We'll see if it works out. We've made a few shorts. We've had several things in development. It was very scrappy. We're just trying to.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
Well, it's hard, man. You gotta scrap.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Well, and I think that's the thing. Like everybody talks about doing a thing, right? In this town, like I'm writing a script. I'm doing this. I'm going to produce a movie, and then they just don't. So like, I mean, me included. So kudos. I mean, I've written and pitched a ton of stuff, but like, I never started a company.
I feel like we are often kind of funneled into that system of pitching, right? And just like pitching to studios, and like more often than not that never gets made, and then after years of work you don't really have anything to show for it. And that's how we were feeling. We were just feeling so frustrated because we had like multiple shows go into development at various stages in a movie, and like all this stuff, and it all kind of fell apart, and for various reasons. And I'm not bitter about them falling apart, but I'm like, we just spent like years where we didn't make a thing. And we were just getting kind of tired and like, even if the thing we make is cheap and shit, like whatever, like let's just
indie, man.
make it.
It's all
look, I mean, that's one of the reasons we have a podcast. Because you can do it. And dude, you did start a company. And you are producing a podcast.
It's true. It's true. So, and I do have a I technically have a company.
Yeah.
It's just
you weren't saying a production company.
Used as an umbrella.
Yeah, your loan out. But
yeah,
this is the thing. I
mean,
this is our
thing. Yeah, we teamed up with these guys, and
to me, it serves a purpose. It's like we are actually doing something, and that feels really good.
Yeah,
and it's really fun, and it feels also creative. And we get to, every week we get to be creative and have
if you're having fun. I mean, also like this world is so bleak. If you're finding some joy, God bless.
Yeah.
Like
if you're doing anything that is enriching your life, and we've talked about that a lot with this podcast. It's like this is really a passion project. We're here doing it because we want to talk about shit we like and we think people need to hear. But it's not necessarily the most popular stuff we talk about, But that's okay. I mean, we're doing it our way, and we're not trying to pander. One of the things we talk about on the show, and one of the reasons why we started the show was like Reed and I were like, hey man, toxic masculinity is this subject that's fucking everywhere, and we're divorced dads, and like the way I went through my divorce and the things that led to it were not things that I'm very proud of, and like I've recognized there was a lot of toxicity in my life. And one of the questions we put to a lot of people on the show is like, what is the opposite of toxic masculinity, and like what do you think of the state right now of masculinity?
What is the opposite of toxic masculinity?
Yeah, my friend Steve asked me that, and I was like, it seems like there's an obvious answer, but then every answer you kind of come to this like, well, wait.
I mean, there's got to be a healthy masculinity. There's got to be like a calibrated masculinity that exists, because I don't think masculinity in and of itself is bad.
Yeah,
everyone has masculine and feminine. I feel like it's a masculinity that can coexist with femininity in one person in a way that is healthy. That's a really good question. I mean,
I know, because then you always come back around to this, like, well, what is masculinity? Like I keep using the term masculinity when hi Jerry, there's a dog down there, by the way. That's Jerry Balls.
He's like, oh, we're talking about this again.
Yeah, just be already. Yeah, like the term masculinity is up for debate, like I think that like the things we were modeled and the things that we're told equate to masculinity were mostly just totally like fabricated lies, like what was modeled for us in the 80s, especially. You're a little young for that, but like, we've talked about this before. We were just taught that like, lie to get the girl, you gotta have biceps, gotta be strong and silent, you gotta be able to make a fire. You got to build a house. You got to be able to erect a barn.
Have you ever erected a barn?
Yes.
Really?
No. I wouldn't mind doing that though.
I helped build a fence once.
Oh, that's something.
It kept people out. It's great.
That's very masculine.
Yeah, but through like a queer lens. I mean, how do you view masculinity? I mean, that's a very open-ended question, but like,
I feel like being queer has allowed me to actually like not think about it as much, because I think I have let go of the shame that a lot of men have of like being feminine and like embracing your femininity. Like I don't think about it then. I just kind of be, and whether it's masculine or feminine at any given moment, like it doesn't matter. I feel like when you're so kind of tied into that rigidity, you're actually thinking about it a lot more, and you're like, because you're like, oh well, I got to make sure I'm not being feminine, or I got to make sure I'm being.
It's a negotiation that's exhausting.
Yeah, it's exhausting, and then I think that's how it gets toxic, because you're like, you're fighting with yourself in a way. And I'm very aware that like my presentation of masculinity and femininity was definitely impacted by the fact that I grew up in Arizona and like didn't realize I was queer until I was 17. And I feel like it's something that is obviously there's something going on. There's a masculinity situation, situation happening, and like I don't know what to do about it, but I think butt stuff twice is one place to start.
That is a very good place to start. Yeah. And I think what you just said is really poignant too, that like there is a coexistence, right, of masculinity and femininity in all of us.
Yeah.
And I think that it's the fight, it's the negotiation, which I used to battle it so hard that I thought that was what was wrong with me. I was like, oh my God, I need to be this way all the time. And then that turns into a very exhausting, toxic place in your mind, But yeah, just being it. and not overanalyzing it and like pushing parts of you away. We've talked about that with Gina too, like the shadow. If you want to consider your feminine parts, your shadow parts, or whatever the things you're trying to hide for the assimilation, the bringing it all together is probably a good place to start too.
Right.
Yeah.
Nick, do you have anything to like promote or anything?
Yeah, we like to give people a chance to talk about
no, I'm like really pretty unemployed right now, so you know.
Cool.
No.
You're in a developmental
I don't have anything
stage.
to plug.
Yeah.
I did have a movie come out earlier this year called The Parenting.
Which
on HBO Max, which like if you haven't seen it, it's
I
pretty
heard
good.
it's
There you go.
awesome.
It's,
Yeah.
that's
fun.
something.
It's fun. Yeah.
What was it called? A parenting.
The
Parenting.
Parenting.
The parenting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's you and
It's a crazy cast. It's me and Brandon Flynn, and then my parents are played by Brian Cox and Edie Falco.
that's right,
Oh,
Brian
wow.
Cox and Edie Falco.
And then his parents are Lisa Kudrow and Dean Norris.
Yeah.
And then Parker Posey plays like a witch.
Oh
my
on.
God.
And Vivian Bang is in it. She's hilarious. I mean, it's like a
Yeah.
written by the head writer of SNL, and so it's basically just like a very campy horror.
The
comedy.
current head writer of SNL?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah,
right now?
Ken Sublette.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. He's hilarious.
Yeah. Man, Brian Cox. I got to work with Brian Cox on Super Troopers 2.
Oh yeah.
And we
that's right.
we hit it off like gangbusters, man. And it was really funny. While we were doing that, I was reading for Succession. I didn't know he was in Succession.
Oh shit.
And Will Sasso went in and did an impression of Brian Cox while we were doing the audition, not knowing that Brian Cox was going to end up playing
Oh wow.
the part of, he just thought it was a funny voice to do for the audition. Really weird. But he's a lovely guy, man, Brian
Yeah,
Cox.
he's so fun.
And he's so talented. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa Kudrow. God damn. That's an
Unbelievably
icon right
hilarious.
there, man. Yeah.
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 She gave me my first job like 11 years ago.
Did she really?
Yeah, The Comeback on HBO, season
Right,
2.
you're on the
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a little role in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like a crazy full circle moment.
And then, no, never mind. That's Candace Bergen. I was like, Murphy Brown. You did the Murphy Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Candace Bergen is hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
that show, what a trip. That
I
was
almost
like,
came to a taping of that. You invited me.
Yeah,
to one,
yeah, I
and I just
remember.
couldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when we were both too employed.
I know.
Too much work. I was like,
Yeah.
I
Now
can't.
you could make that taping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, it got
Multiple.
multiple 7
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
So.
It's too bad. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun.
You got it. I'm glad.
We'll just trail off into industry world. Remember that? Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's coming around.
Yeah, no, we really appreciate it, and we of course thank you to All Things Comedy
All
for
Things
letting us
Comedy.
use our temp studio. I know Guy is working hard on the new "I Love You So Much" studio, or it's going to be soon, and I'm so excited about it. And shout out to Tiny Legends, everyone here. They're the best. We love you guys.
Love you guys.
And then
also, we have a candle that we normally give to. We have a
yeah.
collaboration with a company up in Ohio.
Oh, cool.
So I'll send you one. If you
Oh my
send
gosh,
it.
yeah, I would love that. I love
It's
that
our own
candle.
signature scent from Night
What's
Blooms.
the scent? Is it?
It's Santal and Yuzu Blossom, and it's called "I Love You So Much."
Yeah, and I think the merch store is, I believe, active. So I love you. ILYSMpod.com.
Deadlines.
I know it's up there. I
Yeah.
don't know if you can actually order it, but you can see it.
Yeah, it's there.
Window
visibly.
shop.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Window
podcast.
Shopify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not my. Look,
I know,
we'll get
I
it
know, I
done.
know.
We'll get it done.
Yeah.
Thank you to our patrons on Patreon. We really appreciate you all. We're back from summer break. We are all in on
We're
our
cooking.
Patreon content. And thank you to everyone who's viewing, listening to this. We love you so much, and we can't do it without your support.
We love you so much. Oh, one last thing.
Oh.
We've never mentioned that I wrote the theme song. For the show.
I have mentioned it, but
and I
let's
just wanted to put
mention
that
it
in.
again.
So if you like the intro outro music, that's
Yeah.
me. And I have an upcoming EP that has that track. On
Really?
it, so, yeah.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, MVP
Yes.
coming out. I'll
Wait,
send it to you.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it is cool.
Yeah.
It is cool.
What's your
It's
artist
very
name?
cool.
The name is a two-person sex cult. And the album is called Pockets in Old Jackets.
They're both great names.
TPSC. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two-person
It's fun.
sex.
It's
cult.
just me, but it's a two-person sex cult.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Check it out, everybody. Thank you.
Nik Dodani.
All right.
Thank you,
Appreciate
brother.
it.
Thanks. So fun.